So in this video, we're taking a look at Unit 3, Lesson 2 from 8th grade math. And our focus here, again, is on scale and understanding the scale of graphs and how that makes a difference in what questions we can ask and answer of the graph. We're going to start with rescaling in the warm-up. So their students are going to have a graph, and then they're going to be asked to rescale it. So really thinking through how they would do that. Again, we're just looking at proportional relationships in these first 4 lessons of the unit. And so therefore, we're going to be focused a lot on slope. You can see question 1 is to write an equation for the graph. That's a skill they're going to keep using the rest of the class period. So make sure as you go over the warm-up that students are comfortable with writing that equation for the graph because they're going to need it in the next one. So the next one is a card sort, where students are just sorting the cards based on the same proportional relationship, but at a different scale. So all the graphs are different scaled, but there actually are pairs of proportional relationships, so students will find those and match those up. But then if you look back here, the instructions also to write an equation for each pair of proportional relationships. So taking a look at that is those equations are important. And again, we're building that slope just through practice and repetition there. As you go over this with them, highlight 2 different strategies that you noticed. One, hope some kids probably will find the slope of each graph and match graphs based on the graph. Others will write the equations first and then find the ones that have the same equation. And so just kind of highlight those 2 different strategies so kids see that. Also, as you go through the activity synthesis that is detailed in the complete lesson plan, there are some really good high-level questions that are going to push our students' thinking, so make sure you use those as well. In the third activity here, we are looking at 2 different scale graphs, again, of a non-proportional situation, and that graph is done for the kids. But they are going to be graphing a proportional relationship on top of those as well, and answering some questions. So this is going to really highlight the fact that different scales let you answer different questions. So as you can see, that top graph counts by 2/10 of a minute, whereas the bottom one counts by 10 minutes. So you're really being able to answer very different kinds of questions. So that's that big idea, is that different scales are appropriate for different questions. And I really like the lesson synthesis for this lesson because it asks students to create a graph and then to revise that graph. So it's real high-level thinking, so it'll be very nice. The cool down is really good because it gives 4 graphs and kids are asked to explain which one is different and how they know. So they have to have that good sense of scale and understanding of slope to be able to answer that question on the cool down.